Welcome, everyone. In today's video, we're not just going to talk about English. We're going to transform the way you speak it. We're going to fix something no one ever told you about. And by the end of this video, I promise you'll look in the mirror and say, "Yes, now I can speak. I finally understand how to train my mouth to talk." So, listen till the very end. Subscribe to our channel because this video may become the most important turning point in your English journey. Let me ask you something simple. How many videos have you watched about English? How many grammar rules have you learned? How many hours have you listened silently? But when it's time to speak, your lips freeze. Your tongue shakes. Your voice disappears. Your brain goes blank. Not because you're stupid, not because your English is bad, but because your mouth is untrained. Yes, that's the truth nobody told you. You're not learning to move your mouth like an English speaker. You're reading, watching, listening, but you're not training your speaking muscles. That's why nothing changes. That's why you stay stuck. That's why your confidence dies when you open your mouth. Let me say something very clearly. English is not just in your head. It's in your lips, your tongue, your jaw, your sound flow. And until you train those, you'll always feel like something is missing. But today, that ends. Because this video is going to be different. This is not some boring grammar lesson, not another list of phrases, not another YouTuber saying, "Repeat after me." This is a journey. We are going to break your fear, wake up your mouth, and build real spoken English fluency, starting from zero. And no, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need an accent. You don't need expensive courses. All you need is 5 minutes a day, the right method, and the courage to sound like a beginner so you can become a fluent speaker. This is the video I wish someone had given me years ago. This is the truth your English teacher never told you, and this is your moment to stop just learning English and start speaking it like it's your first language. So, let's begin. Part 1. The shocking truth. Nobody told you. Let's start with something powerful. Something that might hurt a little but will set you free. Your mouth doesn't know how to move like an English speaker. Read that again. It's not your grammar. It's not your vocabulary. It's not your memory. It's your mouth. You've been training your brain, but not your mouth muscles. And that's why when you try to speak English, you sound slow, broken, nervous, or unnatural. Because English is a physical language. It has a different rhythm, a different shape, a different set of sounds. It's not just what you say, it's how your mouth produces those words. Let's compare it to fitness. Imagine reading 100 books about push-ups. You understand the form. You know the technique. You can explain it to others. But you never actually did a push-up. What happens when you try? You collapse. Because your muscles are weak. That's exactly what happens with English speaking. You know the words, but your mouth hasn't been trained to move fast, smooth, and confidently. Your tongue, your lips, your jaw, they're lazy. They're used to your native language. They don't know how to handle English speed, stress, and sound patterns. And when your mouth is untrained, no matter how many lessons you watch, no matter how many books you read, you'll always freeze when it's time to speak. That's why you say, "I understand everything, but I can't speak." Because you're missing the one thing nobody talks about. Speaking is not only mental, it's also muscular. Now here's the truth. In your native language, you've repeated every sound thousands of times since childhood. That's why your mouth moves fast and confidently. But in English, you've never trained your mouth to say T, R, L, V, soft T, silent letters, linking sounds, rising and falling tones. You skip them, you mumble them, and you feel awkward saying them. So your speech becomes broken, and that's what destroys your confidence. But here's the good news. You can change this. You can train your mouth. You can build speaking muscles just like you build muscles in the gym. And the best part, you don't need hours. You don't need perfection. You don't need to sound like a native. You just need to practice the right way, with focus and consistency. Part 2. The daily 5-minute mouth training routine. Let me start with one bold promise. If you do what I'm about to show you for just 5 minutes a day, every single day for the next 30 days, your English will sound different. Not just in your mind, but in your mouth, your confidence, your conversations, your career, your life. Because now we're going to train your mouth like a muscle, not like a memory. Let's begin. You might think, just 5 minutes? That's too little. But here's the truth. It's not about how long you practice. It's about how you practice. Your goal isn't to become fluent overnight. Your goal is to build tiny, repeatable habits that rewire your mouth, reshape your sounds, and reprogram your speech patterns. You don't need 5 hours. You need 5 minutes of focused, physical, daily repetition, just like brushing your teeth. Remember this forever. Reading is knowledge, but speaking is movement, and movement requires muscle memory. So now let's go into the exact 5-minute training system, step by step. Step 1. Mouth warm-up. Yes, just like in the gym, you need to warm up your mouth muscles. Why? Because you've spent most of your day in your native language rhythm. Now you need to shift your lips, tongue, jaw, and breath into English mode. Here's how. A. Lip rolls. Gently buzz your lips like a motorbike. Do this for 5 seconds, 3 times. B. Tongue stretch. Push your tongue out of your mouth and back in. Do it slowly, 10 times. C. Jaw loosening. Open and close your mouth wide, gently. Repeat 5 times to release stiffness. D. Smile stretch. Stretch your smile wide like you're laughing. Hold for 5 seconds. Relax. Repeat twice. Why it works. Loosens tension, activates muscles you never use, and makes your English sound smoother and more natural. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to move. A warm mouth is a ready mouth. Step 2. The mirror technique. A 1-minute routine that becomes your secret weapon. Your mirror is your coach, your feedback system, and your confidence booster. Stand in front of the mirror and look into your own eyes. Choose one simple English sentence, such as, I am learning to speak confidently. This is my voice, I own it, or English is becoming my second language. Say the sentence slowly. Focus on your lips, your jaw, your tongue movement, and your eye contact. Don't rush. Watch yourself and feel the sound. Repeat the sentence 5 times, each time slightly faster. This practice works because it builds awareness of how you look and sound, kills the fear of judgment, strengthens your speaking presence, and gives you control over your voice. It may feel awkward at first, but after 3 or 4 days, you will begin to feel natural, and after 10 days, you will feel powerful. Remember, you cannot build speaking confidence if you never face yourself. Step 3. Shadow speaking. A 2-minute fluency workout where real transformation happens. Shadow speaking means you listen to a sentence and immediately repeat it aloud, matching the speed, tone, rhythm, and emotion. Choose a short audio clip of 5 to 10 seconds from a YouTube video, a movie scene, a TED Talk, or even your own recording. For example, if you hear, "I don't think that's a good idea," you repeat the exact rhythm and speed. "I don't think that's a good idea." Not your version, not your accent, not slowly. Just match the original. Repeat it again and again. Even if you make mistakes, keep going. This is not grammar. This is muscle training. It works because it builds real-time speaking reaction, fluency rhythm, and coordination between your ears, mouth, and brain. It helps you sound smoother and more natural, just like how babies learn. They hear, they copy, they repeat, and they grow fluent. Step 4. The fluency loop. A 1-minute finishing drill that helps you say the same sentence in 3 different speeds: slow, normal, and fast. Take a simple sentence like, "I'm going to improve my English." Say it very slowly, focusing on every sound. Then say it at a normal, smooth speed. Finally, say it fast, connected and confident, almost like a native speaker. Repeat this loop 3 times. Choose 3 to 5 sentences per day and stick with them for a few days until your mouth adapts. This method works because it builds comfort with speed, stops overthinking, and makes you feel fluent even if your vocabulary is small. Most learners skip these physical techniques. They chase grammar books, download vocabulary apps, and binge-watch English videos silently, but they never train their mouth. That is why they stay stuck. But not you. Now you have a system, a practice, a daily English gym you can do right in your room. And the best part is, you don't need anyone. You don't need a partner or a perfect accent. You just need your voice, your focus, and 5 minutes of real physical training. When your mouth becomes fluent, your English will follow. Now let's talk about speaking like a native, using sound clusters and natural flow. Many learners don't sound fluent even when their grammar is perfect because they speak like robots, breaking every word, separating every sound, speaking English like their native language. 1 word at a time. Flat and mechanical. Native speakers do something different and magical. They speak in clusters. They don't speak single words. They speak groups of words that flow like music. This is what we call sound clusters, linking, rhythm, and speech flow. Once you learn this, even with small grammar mistakes, you will sound fluent, natural, and confident. Learners are taught to say, "I am going to the market," 1 word at a time. But native speakers say, "I'm going to the market," with connected, blended sounds. English is like music. You don't play 1 note, stop, and then play another. You play in phrases. You create a melody. You make it smooth and natural. From now on, stop asking, "What word should I say?" and start asking, "How should I say it in 1 smooth unit?" Fluency begins with sound flow, not vocabulary lists. A sound cluster is simply a group of 3 to 6 words spoken together with no break. For example, "What are you doing?" is often spoken slowly and broken. "What are you doing?" But native speakers say, "What you doing?" fast, blended, and natural. Practice it 5 times in 1 breath and you'll feel the difference immediately. Most learners say, "Did you eat?" word by word. But native speakers say it like 1 smooth sound. "Did jeet?" This happens because "did you" blends naturally in spoken English. The same is true for "I don't know," which fluent speakers say as "I don't know." This isn't bad grammar. It's fluency. Fluency isn't about being perfect. It's about sounding natural, comfortable, and confident. You don't need a British or American accent to sound good. You just need rhythm, flow, and smooth clusters. When your speech is broken and choppy, people notice. But when you speak with flow, even with a slight accent, people say, "Wow, your English is really good." That's the power of speech rhythm. To build this rhythm, follow a daily practice that transforms your speaking flow. First, choose 3 sound clusters each day. Short, commonly used groups like "going to go now," "wanna see it," or "let me know." Write them down. Then speak them like a song, not like separate words. For example, repeat, "let me know" 10 times with rhythm, almost like a rap. Rhythm creates memory, and your mouth will start feeling the flow. Next, create your own full sentence using those clusters. For example, take "going to go now" and make a full sentence. "I'm going to go now. See you later." Say the whole sentence as one smooth sound 5 times. After that, record your voice daily. This is non-negotiable. Record 3 clusters and 3 sentences, then listen. You'll hear improvements in speed, confidence, and naturalness. At first it may feel strange, but by day 3 you will notice a real difference. By day 7, you won't even recognize your old speaking style. Finally, use music to practice. Play soft background music and speak your clusters with the beat. This trains your breath, rhythm, and smooth flow. English is not a language of silence, it's a language of sound. Let your voice flow like music. Here are 5 powerful everyday phrases fluent speakers use, and you should too. What do you think? Let me help you. Give me a minute. I've got to go, and I want to do it. Practice them daily until they flow effortlessly. Don't fake someone else's accent and don't force anything. Just blend the sounds naturally and own your voice. Your goal is not perfection. Your goal is to sound smooth, clear, and confident. You're not just learning words. You're creating a voice that moves, flows, and carries power. Sound clusters are the heartbeat of fluency, and once you master them, you'll never speak like a robot again. Real fluency is built on rhythm, not big vocabulary. Now, let's train your brain and mouth together. Most learners only train the mouth. They repeat, memorize, and try to pronounce correctly. But inside their mind, there is fear, doubt, and overthinking. That's why they freeze during real conversations. Your mouth cannot speak what your brain doesn't believe. You can memorize 1,000 sentences, but if your brain says, "What if I sound stupid?" your voice will break before the sentence even begins. Think of it like this. Your brain is the pilot, and your mouth is the airplane. If the pilot is scared or unsure, the plane will never fly smoothly. So we must reprogram the brain to support confident speaking. Start by speaking with emotion, not just accuracy. Most learners worry about grammar, but people remember your energy, not your tense. English is a living emotional sound, not a code. Instead of saying, "I'm happy to be here," like a robot, smile and feel it. I'm happy to be here. Connect with the feeling, not the structure. Next, practice like an actor, not a student. Pick a short sentence like, "I'll be there in 5 minutes," or "It's going to be a great day," and say it with 3 different emotions: excited, angry, nervous. Notice how your voice and body change. When you act, your brain forgets fear and stops judging mistakes. You step into the emotion, and this is what creates true fluency. Then, create mental shortcuts for automatic English thinking. Most learners think in their native language, translate, then panic. This kills fluency. Train your brain to instantly connect English phrases with images and situations, not translations. For example, "Let's catch up sometime" should immediately trigger the image of meeting after a long time. "I'm starving" should instantly mean very hungry, without translation. Use flashcards, sticky notes, or video scenes to build these connections. You're not building vocabulary, you're building fluency triggers. Finally, combine emotion, voice, and body movement. Stand up, move your hands, use gestures, speak with presence. When your body moves, your brain remembers better. Your voice becomes clearer, your confidence rises, and your fluency accelerates. You're not just training to talk, you're training to speak with real power. Step 5. The daily brain plus mouth practice routine, just 5 minutes a day but extremely powerful. Here's exactly what to do every day. For the first minute, say 3 sentences with full emotion. Happy, angry, excited. For the second minute, act each sentence as if it's a scene in a movie. For the third minute, repeat the same lines while walking around so your body gets involved. For the fourth minute, practice in front of a mirror, look into your own eyes, and speak with power. For the final minute, record your voice and listen back, focusing on energy, not mistakes. This is not grammar training. This is real brain rewiring. If you don't train your brain and mouth together, you'll always feel like you are wearing a fake mask in English. But when emotion, rhythm, voice, thought, and presence come together, you don't just speak English, you become a speaker of English. There is a difference, and people feel it instantly. This is not just about words, it's about identity, confidence, and owning your voice. It's about being proud to speak even when you make mistakes, because real fluency is freedom of expression. From today forward, don't just train your mouth, train your mindset, train your courage, train your energy, and train your emotional connection to English. Say it with me. I speak with feeling. I speak with truth. I speak with power. English is not a subject, it is my voice. Part 3. Repetition, but repetition done smartly. If you repeat the wrong way, you get stuck forever. But if you repeat the right way, you unlock fluency for life. Repetition is not about parroting words. It's a science, a strategy used by world-class speakers, actors, leaders, and fluent English learners. Most people repeat sentences like, "I am going to the market," in a flat, robotic tone over and over with no energy or progress. Their mouth gets tired, their brain gets bored, and their confidence drops. That's because repetition is not about quantity, it's about quality. So here's the 3-stage, speak like a human, not a machine method. Each stage adds a new layer of fluency. Stage 1 is slow clarity repetition. Take a sentence like, "I don't know what to say," and speak it slowly, stretching the vowels and feeling every movement of your mouth. Do it 3 times. This builds physical mouth memory. Stage 2 is flow repetition. Say the same sentence smoothly and naturally. "I don't know what to say." Focus on linking and breath. This trains real conversation speed. Stage 3 is emotion repetition. Say it sad, then angry, then confused. This trains the brain, not just the mouth, and helps you own the sentence emotionally. Stage 4 is pressure repetition. Say it fast, but with control, pushing the limits of your reaction time. This teaches your brain and mouth to respond automatically, just like a fluent speaker. Stage 5 is real-world use repetition. Use the same sentence in 3 different situations: a job interview, I don't know what to say, but I'm grateful for this chance. A romantic moment. You're so kind, I don't know what to say. And an embarrassing situation. That was awkward. I don't know what to say. This builds emotional context, which locks the sentence into your real speaking life. Your daily routine is simple. 1 minute for slow repetition, 1 minute for flow, 1 minute for emotion, 1 minute for speed, and 1 minute for real-world use. Just one sentence a day, repeated in 5 powerful ways. This builds layers of fluency, sound memory, reaction speed, emotional control, and real-world confidence. You're not repeating a sentence, you're living it, feeling it, and claiming it. That's how real fluency is built. Don't choose textbook sentences. Choose sentences that feel powerful and personal, like, I'm proud of how far I've come. This is just the beginning. I will speak fluently no matter what. It's okay to sound wrong, but not okay to stay silent. And English is not my weakness, it's my future. Repeat sentences with meaning. Because when the words have power, your voice has power too. Avoid the common repetition mistakes. Speaking with no emotion, repeating too fast, skipping real-world context, failing to record yourself, or quitting after 1 day. Repetition is the invisible work behind every confident English speaker. They repeat in the shower, on the bus, in the mirror, everywhere. You don't see the practice, but you definitely see the results. Say it with me. I don't repeat to remember. I repeat to become. This is how you train your mouth. This is how you train your mind. And this is how you become a fluent English speaker, not someday, but starting today. Part 4. The final truth. If you don't train, you will stay silent. So stop everything for a moment. Close the grammar book. Turn off the subtitles. Forget the accent. Just listen, because this part is not about learning more. It's about finally doing what you already know. You are not bad at English. You are simply not practicing the right way consistently. You don't need another video or another tip. You need repetition, rhythm, and real training. And if you don't do it, you will remain stuck, quietly, painfully, for years. Millions of learners understand English perfectly, watch English content every day, know more grammar than native speakers, and still can't speak. They freeze in conversations, stay silent in interviews, smile quietly at foreigners, and hide their true identity because they consume English but don't practice English. They learn passively but never train actively. And the result is a lifetime of silence. You want to speak, you're motivated, you're smart, but your habits are not aligned with your dreams. Look at the difference between two learners. The passive learner watches 3 hours of English videos, takes notes from 5 grammar channels, follows 10 English pages, buys books, yet practices nothing. The fluent speaker watches 10 minutes, chooses 1 sentence, repeats it in 5 ways, stands in front of the mirror, trains voice, rhythm, and mouth movement every single day. One collects information, the other transforms. One wants knowledge, the other wants fluency. Which one are you? You already know what to do. Speak out loud, practice daily, shadow native speakers, use the mirror, record yourself, get uncomfortable. But you're not doing it because you're waiting for permission, afraid of sounding wrong, afraid someone might laugh. And this fear is costing you opportunities. The job you didn't get, the friend you didn't make, the dream you didn't follow, the version of yourself you're still not living. All because you didn't train. You cannot change the past, but you can change the next 30 days. You can speak your first sentence today. You can train your mouth tomorrow. You can shadow one video this week. You can build fluency brick by brick. And by the end of the month, your voice will rise, your fear will fall, and your confidence will grow, because you did what others refused to do. You trained when it was hard, when no one was watching, when it felt awkward, when you wanted to quit. Fluency is born in these moments. It's not a goal, not a number. It's a decision. I will train my mouth every day, no matter how I feel. That's the real secret. Not motivation, not talent, not intelligence. Training. Fluency is built in the mirror, in the living room, in the quiet morning, in the late night, in the private practice sessions nobody sees. But one day, people will hear you speak and say, "Wow, you're so fluent." They won't know the 5-minute daily drills, the shadowing sessions, the awkward recordings, the effort you put in. Only you will know that you earned this voice. Because if you don't train, you will stay silent. That's not a threat. It's the truth. And you've already spent enough of your life being silent. It's time to train. It's time to speak. It's time to become yourself in English. Say these words out loud. I will no longer be silent. I will no longer wait. I will no longer fear mistakes. I will train my mouth every day. I will speak English no matter what. This voice is yours. This language is yours. This dream is yours. Claim it. You've learned the methods, the system, the mindset. But now, it's not about the lesson. It's about you. You have two choices. You can close this video and go back to your old life, watching more lessons, taking more notes, staying silent, or you can stand up, look in the mirror and say, "I will speak English with power. I will train my mouth, my mind, and my voice every day. I am not afraid. I am becoming fluent, not by watching, but by speaking." That is where change begins. Not someday, not later. Now. Your mouth is ready. Your voice is waiting. Your story is just beginning. Don't let fear control your voice. Don't let doubt steal your fluency. You don't need to sound perfect. You just need to be consistent, real, brave, and loud. This language is yours. This is your time. If this message helped you, share it with someone still silent, subscribe for more, and comment, "I will train my mouth every day no matter what." Say it. Mean it. Live it. Because the most fluent speakers are not the smartest. They're the ones who refuse to stay silent. And your fluency begins the moment your fear ends.